Bonjour over you. Welcome indeed to another edition of the programme. As always, we'll be heading over to Manchester in about a half hour's time to join Martin Logan, who's been out and about with the Irish community right across the UK. But this week we have a fabulous Rambling House programme for you, coming from Choco Hore's traditional pub in Kiltimagh. Marty Hoare, lovely to be here in Choco Hore's fabulous traditional Irish pub. Great history to it.
Yeah, a lot of history to it. Pub here, well, I suppose the licence here on this premises for 150 years or so. We're not here that long, but
yes, thankfully. Yeah.
Thankfully. But my dad bought the place back in 65. That's last century, 1965. And I started working with them in 76. And Marie came to join us in the business here in 96.
Well, it's a great house for traditional Irish music. You do your weekly sessions here, and the boys we heard here playing at the opening of the show here, they're regulars as well here. So it's a great house for music.
Yes, indeed it is, yeah, because my dad had a dance band going back years and years ago. Before I came along, he did a dance band himself. And
there was a great ballroom here at the time, the Crystal in Kiltimagh.
Well, it was the Diamond back in the early days, and then it changed over to the Club Crystal, and then later became the N17. And so there's been a lot of it's been an entertainment town down through the years. You know, like you had the Raftery Room across the road from us here, and Aiden's on the other corner, and one catering for the older generation, one catering for the younger generation. So everything was kind of pretty well covered back in those days.
What I love about the bar here is all the artefacts, the old telephone that's here, the public telephone box here. I'm fascinated about the cow you have behind the bar. How did you manage to get that in?
Well, actually, we were looking for a centrepiece for the bar, and my brother John was doing an art degree over in London, and one of the ladies in the school was making that as her sculpture piece. So it's a full life-size cow. I remember John, the first time he spoke to me about it, he told me, he said, we need a space 7 foot long, 4 foot high and 4 foot wide. And at the time we had the bar already in place, so where we're going to put this behind the counter. So we actually had to knock out the wall, even though it was the main wall, and put in an RSJ in across the top. That's a steel beam for anyone that doesn't know, in across the top just to support the main wall, and then build around it to kind of make it more like it was a barn that the cow was sitting in.
How is Kiltimagh doing in general? I know there's been we hear so much about rural towns and decline, but you've a lot happening here in the town.
We have a number of festivals, yeah. We start off with the Paddy's Week that's just coming up pretty soon. I know it's a midweek, it's on a Tuesday this year, but we will still be proceeding with having it on the day of the 17th. Then later in the year we have the Culture Come Home Week. We have the Big Red Barn returning to us this year, and we're going to have Aslan playing there. Then later during that festival we also have the Race to Glory, and already there are 350 applicants for it. Then later in the year with Terry McDonough, which you'll be hearing from later on, and
celebrating Raftery, the famous poet from this part of the world.
And our tourism group here, we have a number of them here with us tonight. They are going to be putting together a Raftery weekend. So it's the first weekend in October. Also, on the 27th of March, we're celebrating Raftery's birthday. It's 242, I believe.
So there's a lot happening here, but I would recommend anybody coming to Kiltimagh definitely come into here, because if you want to find a traditional Irish pub, you couldn't get any place more homely than here, with the fabulous music and the singing and the dancing and all the artifacts here and everything. Just to walk into it, it's lovely. So congratulations to you, Anne-Marie, and everybody here in Choco Hore's. Well done.
Thanks very much, Henry, and you're very welcome to our establishment tonight, and I hope everyone enjoys the night, and I think a big round of applause for myself and the team here, that they are putting on a great show, and well done, and it gets Kiltimagh on the map out abroad and around the country anyway, and thanks very much for including us in your programme.
We're looking forward to a great night. Thanks very much. Okay. Well, I hope you're enjoying our show here from Choco Horrors in Kiltimagh. We have a fine young dancer who comes from the town here. Her name is Leisha McBrien, and she's going to do a traditional dance set. So would you give her a big round of applause? That was fantastic, Leisha. Well done.
Thanks.
You enjoyed that?
Yeah.
Congratulations. And this is your mum here, Sinead.
Hi.
You're just back from Birmingham for competition.
Yes, the John Carey Fashion City Birmingham Championships. She came second in the prelim. So, and then we've massive connections in Birmingham. My father is there, all the McBriens, and of course my grandfather and all them did the bull ring, and
So there's a lot of connections.
a lot of connections in Birmingham, yeah.
Was it difficult taking part in the competition there?
A little bit. I was really nervous. Yeah.
And you did fantastic. And we have this beautiful trophy that you've won here as well. You must be very proud of it, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well done, okay.
Thank you.
So, and you go over and back to Birmingham.
All the time.
Yeah.
I started dancing with Rose Ellis with Sean Aaron. So, and then I got Leisha dancing. So, yeah. She's with Turley Duggan, with Coventry and Connacht. So she's with Gilmartin School.
And your grandfather's here as well, who
He
had a
is,
great
of course.
connection with Birmingham, was involved in some of the great buildings over
He
there.
did. He did the Marble, the Bull Ring, and the Chimes Brigode at Victoria Square. So he's here tonight as well.
So he came back home to Kiltimagh to retire.
Yeah, he came back to retire.
Yeah.
Brought us with him.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Well done. Congratulations once again, Leisha, and keep up the Irish dancing there. You'll be up there on stage with river dancing them all in years to come, won't you? Yeah, and congratulations to you as well.
Oh, thank
Thanks,
you.
All right. Once again, big round of applause for a wonderful dancer and her mum here as well. Well done.
Misher after an fella Londohus is grom Le Sulen gan solas Le Cunus gan crom Egdol Shir Master Le solas Macree Ban Agus Thursha Gujera McLean And let that be an end to the bitter wind and into the winter, and let that be an end to the bitter wind. I go all over Galway, through village and town. I sing the old songs and I make the odd pound, making my way through the worst of snow. When the weather gets better, I'll head for Mayo, and let that be an end to the bitter wind and into the winter, and let that be an end to the bitter wind. Mayo's where I'm going when spring comes around. I can't see stem, but I know by the sound they'll be planting potatoes in the hard stony ground, praying that there'll be enough to go around, and let that be an end to the bitter wind, and into the winter, and let that be an end to the bitter wind. Now comes the springtime sung of before. I've been on my travels, I've made 'em some more. I was there last September, back Down, when the boat bringing people to Galway went down, and let that be an end to the bitter wind, and into the winter, and let that be an end to the bitter wind. Misha Raftery and Filla, long goes the scrum. Le Sula gan Sullas, Le Cunas gan Crum. Egdol Shearer Master, Le Sullas Macree. Ban and August Thursha, Gujera Buckley. And let that be an end to the bitter wind.
Well, a man that certainly knows an awful lot about Raftery, of course, is renowned local poet Terry McDonough. Terry, you can't come to Kiltimagh without talking about Raftery.
Well, there's no way around it. I'm from Kiltimagh, where Raftery was born.
Which is the parish, isn't it? The real parish.
Yeah, Kiltimagh is officially in the parish of Kiltimagh. Yeah, the old graveyard. You were down there yourself, you know it. The old graveyard there. And so it's special for me because I come from there and I write poetry. So I have written this one. It's called The Last Bard, because Raftery was the last of the great bards who travelled the roads. And he was born in 1778 and died in 1835. He's buried near Craughwell in County Galway in Killeen, buried in Killeenian churchyard there. And so I wrote this poem in response to the life of Raftery, his desire, he said, to return, which he never did. And Sally McKenna has done this great sculpture down here in the Market Square here in town, and it's called The Last Bard. This is the poem that I wrote in response to this sculpture down here and also to the life of Raftery.
Lovely. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, Terry McDonough.
On this ord among beech trees, I lie like a novice in moss and grass, and you are in those battered clouds, looking down at colours you know by heart. I was a fierce warrior here at 8. At 9, I hacked my name into a tree. A dog howls. In the distance, the river whispers, it's time to sleep. I wrap my book in fern and see stars slipping like melting ice. A fox bickers, a rabbit pleads. I smell red wind and shut my eyes to catch you reeling in the sun. You left Kiltimagh in a hurry to do with the death of a horse, odds on a tall tale. With hands out wide, you trudged south to Tuam, then on to Craughwell and Gort. You knew darkness and could measure light. Come to me, come with me, show me your scars and I will curse for you. While St. Bridget hung washing on a sunbeam in spring, you dreamt of being a boy again with rod and golden worms. Flowers and lists of red berries carpeted the bog road in Kiltimagh. There was a first night in Claremorris and strong drink in Ball. Kiltimagh was steeped in laughter. All this was yours for a song. A poet dreams, a muse seeks its own geography. You're back, a sculpture in Kiltimagh, a bard trapped in open air for entertainment. I tried to keep an up-to-date diary of other routine events. A woman in curlers charts a love story in a shop window. Another sings of a long-lost lotto ticket. Health freaks check their feet before walking round in circles. A footless man peeps through the church railing. Planes hardly clear the houses in Knock, and children are rushed off to piano lessons, and you say, "Come, sit by me for a moment. I am blind. I have walked to Galway and can hear the sun." The child in your tomb will continue to outlive days of holy awe and judgment. And in Killaidon in springtime, with nature writing colour into a new season, your silhouette, baked in earth and sound, is stenciled in the sky.
Sonny, don't go away. I'm here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor, never comes home. Nights are so long, silence goes on. I'm feeling so tired and not all that strong. Sonny lives on a farm in a wide open space. Take off your shoes, stay out of the race. Lay down your head by the soft river bed. Sonny always remembers the words Mama said. Sonny, don't go away, I'm here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor, never comes home. Nights are so long, silence goes on. I'm feeling so tired and not all that strong. Sonny works on the land, though he's barely a man. There's not much to do, but he does what he can. He sits by the window of his room on the stairs, watching the waves gently wash on the pier. Sonny, don't go away, I'm here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor, never comes home. Nights are so long, silence goes on. I'm feeling so tired, not all that strong. Many years have passed on, Sonny's old and alone. His daddy, the sailor, never came home. Sometimes he wonders what his life might have been, but from the grave, Mama still haunts his dream. Sonny, don't go away, I'm here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor, never comes home. Nights are so long, silence goes on. I'm feeling so tired, not all that strong. Sonny, don't go away.
Well, a very popular song there from Jody Durkin, accompanied by Mick Griffin on guitar there, and certainly people at home would have enjoyed that song, as much of our audience here in Chockahorse. Well, it's almost time for us to say goodbye. We want to thank our hosts, of course, once again, Marie and Marty O'Hora, and all our audience who've been fantastic here tonight as well. We hope you at home enjoyed the show, the wonderful music, singing and dancing and poetry, let's not forget. Now, don't forget, coming up after the break, we're heading over to Manchester. Martin Logan is standing by with some more great stories from the Irish community over there. And we look forward to your company at the same time next week. Don't forget there'll be a repeat of this programme on Saturday night next at 8 o'clock. So from all of us here in Chockahorse, Slán go fóill.